In the latest Sister Wives trailer, Robyn Brown admits questioning her bond with Meri Brown as unresolved conflicts over the family's Coyote Pass land resurface. Though the drama played out a while ago, the fallout is still being felt. Back in January, Meri seemingly took a dig at her ex-husband, Kody Brown, with an Instagram post about living in her truth. The Browns purchased the Coyote Pass property in 2018, with plans to build 4 separate homes, but years later, construction never began, leaving both the land and their relationships in turmoil. Robyn Brown feels betrayed as Meri Brown threatens legal action. In the trailer, Robyn looks back on her once strong bond with Meri, voicing her frustration and confusion over their growing distance. "I always had Meri's back, even when people were plotting against her, ignoring her," Robyn shared. While she once believed they had a strong connection, she now wonders, "Why tell me that you want to have a relationship with me and then ghost me?" The reason for Meri's sudden distance may have deeper legal implications. In Touch reports that she was furious over the Coyote Pass situation and told Janelle Brown she was considering taking legal action against Kody and Robyn. In her words, "I'm gonna have to get some lawyers involved." Making it clear that the battle over the family's long-disputed land is far from over, Meri declared, "There's a few things that I will fight for, and this is one of them." Coyote Pass feud heats up as Meri and Janelle fight for their share. TLC's Sister Wives Season 19 drama unfolds, revealing deep tensions over the long-debated Coyote Pass property. While Meri and Janelle push for their fair share, Kody has clarified that he does not believe they are entitled to equal portions. During the January 26 episode, Kody claimed that he alone covered 92% of one of the lots, while Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robyn chipped in for the rest. Kody and Robyn previously revealed they were considering selling the land, but Meri and Janelle were not having it. "I don't think you get to decide what we do with it." "Sorry, you are not the head of my family," Meri told Janelle in a heated conversation, making it clear she was not backing down. She voiced her frustration in a confessional, believing Kody and Robyn had their agenda. "None of us are talking to each other because none of us trust each other," she admitted, exposing how fractured the family dynamic has become. Meri Brown stands her ground amid Coyote Pass drama. While Season 19 unfolds, revealing the tensions in the family, Meri has already made it clear she is prioritizing herself and her truth. The blast highlighted in January that Meri appeared to throw subtle shade at her ex-husband with a reflective Instagram post. She used the post's caption to declare that she was stepping into a new era, one of self-empowerment. "There's something freeing and empowering about standing in my truth, living authentically to myself, not living to please others while losing myself," she wrote. Meri also clarified that speaking up for herself was not about hurting others, but rather about recognizing her worth. Her post seemed to hint at the deep rift between her and Kody, as she added, "The truth has no problem being confronted, despite others' discomfort with it." After years of staying quiet, the TV star is making it clear she is done holding back, especially when it comes to Kody's handling of the family's property. In the bold Instagram post, Meri admitted she once believed that kindness would prevail, but now she is fully prepared to fight for what she deserves. Clarity is power. Even in the face of haters hating, I'm very clear. I will speak my truth. I will be as kind as possible while standing firmly in that truth. I will be salty at times. I have no doubt, for I am human and imperfect. And frankly, quite hilarious, she wrote. Embracing a newfound sense of self, Meri ended her message by vowing to stay true to herself and live unapologetically. Meri Brown blasts Kody for excluding her from Coyote Pass plans. In a January 19 episode, Meri revealed her frustrations over the Coyote Pass property dispute. During a visit to her Utah home, Meri discussed the situation with her best friend, Jen Sullivan. She recalled emailing Kody for updates on the land, but was met with a vague response, claiming he was in discussions with the right people. Frustrated by being left out of the conversation, Meri fired back, telling Kody, "I'm the right people." She admitted to Sullivan that she had no idea who Kody was actually consulting, nor what his true plans for the property were. Meri also accused Kody of favoring others in how the land was to be divided, claiming that he once told her she was only entitled to 2 acres because they had just 1 child together. With tensions at an all-time high, the battle over Coyote Pass is nowhere near its final. The Brown family has reached new heights as the tensions between Robyn and Meri Brown on sister wives intensify, further complicating the already strained relationships within the polygamous household. Their fallout, set against the backdrop of the family's controversial move to Coyote Pass, a large piece of land that was intended to be the family's future, has sparked widespread speculation and intrigue among fans. The disagreements that have simmered between Robyn and Meri for years are now boiling over, creating a rift that seems almost impossible to repair. As the reality TV show progresses, viewers are given a front-row seat to the turmoil that has long been brewing in the Brown family. With the purchase of Coyote Pass, Kody Brown promised his wives a future where they would each have their own homes on the expansive property. What seemed like an exciting new chapter has turned into a tangled web of unmet expectations, unresolved issues, and deep emotional wounds. For Robyn and Meri, this rift has become one of the most dramatic and heartbreaking storylines on the show. But how did these 2 wives, once part of a unified sisterhood, find themselves at odds? Coyote Pass, a symbol of broken promises. The move to Coyote Pass was supposed to be the realization of Kody's dream for his family, a place where his wives could each have their own home and where the Brown family could finally put down roots. However, as the seasons unfolded, it became clear that Coyote Pass was not the happy family dream it was supposed to be. The project has been delayed, the land remains largely undeveloped, and the anticipation that once filled the air has now turned into frustration and disappointment. For Robyn, the idea of Coyote Pass was particularly important. As the youngest wife and the one who has had the most recent children with Kody, she was seen as central to Kody's future plans. Robyn's children from her previous marriage had been adopted by Kody, which made her feel even more tied to the Brown family's future. But as time went on, her relationship with Meri, the first wife, began to falter. What was once a cordial and respectful relationship between the 2 wives became strained, especially as the family faced the reality that building homes on Coyote Pass wasn't happening as promised. Meri, who had been the most outspoken in supporting the idea of Coyote Pass, began to feel increasingly isolated from the family's plans. She had invested years of her life into Kody and the family, but her dreams of building a home and securing her place in the family were beginning to feel more like illusions. Meri had already been struggling with her relationship with Kody, which had become distant, and the delays in the construction of the homes only deepened her feelings of abandonment. But it was her relationship with Robyn that took the biggest hit. Robyn and Meri's fallout. A long time coming, the tension between Robyn and Meri didn't develop overnight. It was the result of years of unresolved issues, misunderstandings, and conflicting emotional needs. Robyn's arrival into the Brown family as the 4th wife had already been a complicated addition. While many expected her to fit seamlessly into the polygamous lifestyle, her relationship with the other wives was never as smooth as anticipated. She struggled to forge deep connections with her sister wives, particularly Meri, who was often viewed as the most stalwart and independent of the wives. As Kody's relationship with Robyn grew stronger, Meri began to feel more and more left out. The favoritism Kody showed Robyn, particularly when he adopted her children, was a source of contention. For Meri, this only served to highlight her own emotional struggles, as Kody's attention became increasingly centered on Robyn. This shift left Meri feeling undervalued and neglected, not just by Kody, but also by her sister wives. Robyn, for her part, seemed caught between trying to form bonds with her sister wives and maintaining her growing closeness with Kody. In this balancing act, Meri felt like an outsider. What really escalated their fallout, however, was the growing sense that Robyn had a certain level of control over Kody, a perception that did not sit well with Meri. The longer Kody's attention remained fixed on Robyn, the more Meri began to feel alienated from the family's future plans. Robyn, who had once sought harmony within the family, found herself increasingly blamed for the rising tensions, especially as the family faced further complications, with the situation only worsened when Robyn and Meri had a heart-to-heart conversation that seemed to lay bare the deep fissures between them. Robyn, feeling misunderstood and defensive, began to express her frustrations, while Meri, feeling hurt by Robyn's perceived manipulation of Kody's emotions, responded with anger and disillusionment. The conversation, rather than healing the wounds between them, only deepened the divide. Kody's role in the fallout. Of course, Kody's role in this drama cannot be overlooked. As the head of the family, Kody's actions, or lack thereof, played a central role in the breakdown of Robyn and Meri's relationship. The fallout between the two wives highlights the larger issues within Kody's relationships with his wives. Throughout the years, Kody's favoritism has been a constant point of tension. His favoritism toward Robyn has been particularly pronounced, creating a wedge not only between her and Meri, but also between her and the other wives. Kody's inability to manage the emotional needs of all of his wives has been one of the most consistent complaints throughout the show. His tendency to avoid conflict and make excuses for his behavior has led to resentment from his wives, who feel that their needs are not being met. In the case of Robyn and Meri, Kody's failure to address their grievances and mediate their issues exacerbated the conflict. He is often sided with Robyn, which, while understandable given their close relationship, has left Meri feeling further sidelined. Kody's lack of involvement in resolving the tensions between his wives, especially as it pertains to Coyote Pass, has only added fuel to the fire. Instead of taking a proactive approach to healing these relationships, Kody has continued to deflect and downplay the issues. This failure to engage directly in the emotional aspects of the family's life has led to growing divisions, with Robyn and Meri's fallout being one of the most public and damaging consequences of Kody's inability to manage his family's complex dynamics. The impact on the family. As Robyn and Meri's relationship deteriorates, the fallout is beginning to ripple throughout the rest of the family. For Meri, the emotional distance she's experienced from Kody has been compounded by her worsening relationship with Robyn. Meri, who has often felt isolated in the family, is now faced with a harsh reality that her bond with her sister wife may never be repaired. Meanwhile, Robyn's sense of guilt is palpable. She never intended for her relationship with Kody to drag a wedge between her and the other wives, but her increasing emotional closeness with Kody has made her a target for resentment. The fallout with Meri has forced Robyn to confront the reality that her position within the family is not as harmonious as she once believed. She is left questioning how to move forward, especially as the Coyote Pass dream, once filled with hope, continues to crumble under the weight of their interpersonal conflicts. The future of the Brown family. With the Coyote Pass project still far from being realized, and the emotional drama between the wives intensifying, the future of the Brown family remains uncertain. Robyn and Meri's fallout is just one example of the deep emotional divides that have formed within the family over the years. As tensions escalate, Kody and his wives are faced with the reality that building a harmonious family dynamic on Coyote Pass may be more challenging than they ever anticipated. What's clear is that Robyn and Meri's relationship may never be the same. The wounds they've inflicted on each other, compounded by years of unresolved emotional baggage, may be too deep to heal. The fallout serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and challenges that come with living in a polygamous family. As the Brown family continues to navigate the intricacies of Coyote Pass and their relationships, only time will tell whether they can overcome their differences, or if the drama will tear them apart for good. Hot topic you'll want to discuss over here on my channel, please, by all means. Let me know in the comments below, or you can email me. My email is always open to suggestions, hot topic discussions. All the things my email is linked in the description below every video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell beside subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below. All sister wives in your viewers update. Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, Robyn Brown, Coyote Padron, Kody Brown. Related. For you, recently uploaded.